Being organised and efficient. Here are 5 strategies, and this is all about staying on track, just like these fellows. That was a pretty amazing save, wasn't it? But he did stay on track. To be organised and efficient, we need to plan effectively and use tools that will make us more efficient. We start this by setting long-term goals, usually annual goals, and I do these in categories. So I would do family, finance, fitness, and then you might have a lot of different categories for work as well. And you can break these down into monthly or weekly goals. And from your weekly goals, you can make a checklist of daily tasks. And then you prioritize these. And we need to work out what is urgent and what is important. And just to make sure that we're doing the important things as well as the urgent. There's lots of ways to manage these tasks, but 3 of them are using a hard copy diary, like a paper diary, a digital calendar app, and a task program app. The paper copy diary is an effective way to organise your life, and I've been using these for decades. I put my goals in there, my annual goals, I put my tasks, my weekly tasks, and this is a very useful, very effective way of staying organised and efficient. And you can adjust the whole thing to suit yourself, to optimise your time and efficiency. And then there are digital calendar apps, and we probably all use these, or most of us would use these. Some of these include tasks, so you'll have a task list as well. And you can see there's Fantastical, Google Calendar, Microsoft Outlook Calendar, and Apple Calendar. I find Fantastical is very flexible, easy to use, and it links with lots of other software. And I can do my task lists on Fantastical, and I can also prioritize them.
When I'm at work, I basically live inside my calendar and my to-do list. My calendar has all the things I need to do, when I need to do them, and who I need to do them with, and my to-do list has all the little things that I just need to get done throughout the day. Traditionally, your calendar and your to-do items are separate things though. Your calendar app's over here and it's taking care of keeping track of your events and giving you alerts, and your to-do list is over in a task manager somewhere, and the two don't really talk to each other. But sometimes it is convenient to have both of those in one unified interface, and Fantastical makes that possible. To turn this on, you just go to the Fantastical settings on any device, go to Accounts, and then you can enable Apple Reminders with a click or a tap, or you can sign into whatever account you use for tasks. I'm going to use Todoist in this demo, but you can also use Google, Office 365, Exchange, CalDAV, or basically any calendar service that syncs with Fantastical. And then you're good to go. You'll start to see your tasks show up in your calendar, and anything you need to do on a specific day will show up at the top along with any all-day calendar events. And any task with a specific due time associated with it will show up on the calendar at that time. So if I said I was going to do this thing at 4 p.m. today, I can see it in my calendar, do the thing, and mark it complete straight from Fantastical. So we've seen how Fantastical can sync in your tasks from your task manager, we've seen how you can mark things complete, and of course you can also create tasks straight from Fantastical, and it couldn't be easier. So this works exactly the same as creating calendar events. You can just start typing in natural language, it figures out when the task is due, it supports projects, all this stuff works, and you can save it and it will sync over to your task manager instantly. You can check it off in Fantastical if you want, or you can go over to your task manager and check it off there. It really makes Fantastical the hub of your productivity, and that's great.
So that's Fantastical. And he did talk about combining a task program app with the calendar app. And here you can see some task program apps. So these are apps that help you to list your tasks, program when you're going to do them, give detail in your task, tell you when you've finished them, that sort of thing. So we've got Todoist, Things, TikTok, Microsoft To Do, and Google Task. And my preferred task app is Todoist because of the way it interfaces with Fantastical. But you may find you don't need a task app if you have got a good task function on your calendar app. So let's have a quick look at Todoist.
So let's start off with adding a task. And while yes, you can open up Todoist and press over here or over here on the top right to add a task, that's not really convenient, and there's a better way to do it. So a better approach is by coming here to Settings and go on Advanced, over here on the Advanced tab. And here is a Show Hide Todoist, but most importantly, a Quick Add Task. And over here, you can choose something like Control Space to add a task, and then Update. So then you can press Control Space or whichever option that you chose for your keyboard shortcut. And then you can quickly add a task wherever you are, such as water the plants. And this is great because you can use it no matter what you're doing on your desktop, and it takes away all of the friction from adding a task. Once you add a task, if all you do is type in the task name and press enter, it's gonna sit right here on your inbox and nothing else. Obviously, this is not ideal, and Todoist has a ton of organizational features that you'll want to make use of. And the first one is date, and you can obviously come here and choose a date manually, or you can use what's called natural language processing. So you can come here, water the plants tomorrow. I don't even have to type tomorrow, I can just put TOM 4 p.m. and it knows it's gonna alert me tomorrow at 4 p.m. Or I can type in a recurring task, such as every day at 2. Well, in this case, it picked up 2 a.m., so 2 p.m. Now it's gonna remind you every single day at 2 p.m. And you can see here on this little symbol next to tomorrow at 2 p.m. that it's a recurring task. And if you want more details about it, just hover over it and you can see here that's every day at 2 p.m. So then some other examples of natural language processing, you can put something like at the end of the month. So it's gonna pick up that we're in April and the end of the month is April 30th. So then you can also put in on the 4th of every month. So now it's gonna remind you every month, May 4th, June 4th, July 4th, all the way until you stop it. So if I just add here this Saturday at 4 p.m. and then if I just add another task such as feed Maki, which is my dog, at 8. And now that you have dates assigned to your tasks, this is when today and upcoming come into play. So if you come here to today, you know you have to feed Maki at 8 p.m.
So that's Todoist, and there are a lot of other tasking apps as well. If we're going to be organised and efficient, it's really important that we maintain our focus. Focus is that ability to pay attention to things that will help our work effort and avoid distractions that will hurt our work effort. So if you're writing a report, focusing on the relevant information, focusing on the writing, and avoiding distractions like emails, clickbait, phones, and people around you. Interestingly, research says it can take up to 26 minutes to recover fully focus after interruption. So if you're fully focused on a task, and you have an interruption, a scammer from Sydney wanting to sell you funeral insurance or something like that, then it can take 26 minutes to recover from that. And we don't want to be interrupted like that. And imagine multiple interruptions through the day. To maintain focus, I quarantine time during my most productive part of the day, and that's usually for me in the early part of the day. So I turn off notifications, I turn off emails, phone calls, and I don't accept visitors at this time. So to maintain focus, turn off all notifications. They can be a continual distraction, like email notifications just flash across your screen and take away your focus. Manage your emails, so just view them every so often. So every hour or, 2 or 3 times a day or whatever, so you're not constantly distracted by emails. Have a quick process of prioritizing, like returning urgent emails, flagging others, unsubscribing, that sort of thing. So a friend of mine told me once that if he's looking at his emails and he knows that he can answer an email in 2 minutes or less, then he will answer it immediately. If it's going to take longer, then he will put it into his priority list. So just having that quick process of prioritizing really helps. To maintain focus, manage unwanted phone calls. So use voicemail, or if you've got a PA, get your PA to manage your calls in. And like I was saying, do you want a scammer to cause that 26-minute refocus? Take regular short breaks between activities or at specific times. It gives your mind time to rest. And some tasks may be better done off-site or at home where there's less interruption. To maintain focus, reduce the clutter. Keep a neat, well-ordered workspace, in and out trays, hard copy documents if you still use them. Try to be paperless. It's good for the environment and it's easier to manage. Clean up your computer desktop and get rid of apps you don't use. And we've all got on our phones and our computers so many different things that we used at one stage but we no longer use. So just remove all these unused apps, and so that the others can be ordered so the most used apps are easily accessible. Set up digital files and folders with a system that helps you locate whatever you need quickly and easily. So cloud technology has allowed us to have all this room, and we can save lots and lots of stuff that we may have not been able to save in the past, but it's no good if it's a total mess and you can't find things. So just have a good archiving process. I have an archive on every file just about, so that if I've got, on every folder, so that I can put files into that archive file and just keep the ones I'm using. Set aside time each month for organisation of folders, files, fields, etc. Archive material to keep and bin duplicates and stuff you don't need. Make meetings more efficient. You need to work out, first of all, do you really need a meeting? Is it necessary, or is there a better and more efficient solution? Make sure you've got a good agenda that's set out well in advance. Reduce meeting time, particularly in teleconferences. And I've been in teleconferences where the first 15 minutes is spent talking about the football. And imagine for a moment that there's 10 people on there and they waste 15 minutes talking about the football, which is nice, but it's not very effective. It's 150 minutes of work time gone. Physical meetings, try a stand-up meeting. Research shows that they reduce meeting time and they increase group productivity. Okay, so that's all about being efficient by reducing clutter, trying to maintain our focus, etc. So to be organised and efficient, we also want to implement workflow management. Workflow is a sequence of tasks that are part of a larger task. Workflow management is the coordination of these tasks that makes up the work that an organisation does. Workflow management apps are good for efficiency in a team environment, and you can see some here: Asana, Monday.com, MavenLink, Trello, and ClickUp. And I've been using Asana for a long time, and so I'm going to just play you a little clip about Asana. So we have 4 people who work here on site and 3 people who work in Manila, and these people need to be allocated tasks for our training company, and I do that on Asana. So I can allocate a task on Asana, then I can get feedback from the person doing the task, and they might ask further questions. I can also put attachments on there. So it's a very efficient, effective way to organise your work. And there's, as I've said, there's a lot of these workflow software options.
Log in and get started with these 3 steps. Add your first tasks. Click the orange plus button in the top bar, or the Add Task button. You can make tasks for work you want to get done today, this week, or later on. You can also make tasks for other people on your team. Now let's explore projects. Projects organize all of the tasks related to a specific initiative, goal, or big piece of work. Once again, hit the bright orange plus button in the top bar and select Project. From here, you can add a description and select the team you want it in.
So that's Asana, and as I said, I've been using it for some years. The activity for this session is about what you do now, as far as being organised and efficient is concerned, and how you think you might be able to improve against goals, maintaining focus, efficient meetings, reducing clutter, workflow, and other things. We're always interested to know what works for you. If you've got strategies and apps that keep you organised and efficient, if you can share those with us, that helps us learn as well. Thank you very much.